GM.
Cześć.
We are live, by the way.
Nice.
Sorry for taking it so long, but it took quite a bit of time, to be honest.
No worries. We are here, so
All right. Let me share the stream, and I guess we can.
Jim, guys, can you hear me?
We can. Yeah, we can hear you.
Nice.
I think you have your camera turned on, Philip. Okay.
What a
Didn't want to
dogs.
talk. That would be so funny.
It didn't go live, or did it?
It's live, but I didn't add you, so no one saw your face. Expect me.
Okay.
Oh, good. Okay, I sent you the link to. Yeah. 1 second. Sorry, guys. It's today.
What
Everything is against us.
if the mega squeeze is beginning right now, potentially?
Maybe. Mm.
Or just
Excuse
my
me.
friends are getting filled.
What's quiz?
I think
So
I have 1x long on Mega pre-market on Hyperliquid with like no liquidation price. I believe it's a Hippur perp that at some point all the shorters, arbitragers, and hedgers are gonna get wrecked, and you're gonna see a scam week to some decent levels. Therefore, I'm long and have a take profit much higher setup.
actually, I think it's a right play. Like so many people trying to hedge, and it seems like they don't have enough PTSD after last scam pump on plasma when it pumped like what $2-3. Can't even remember. Actually, it's first point of on our agenda, but we'll roll back to plasma very soon. Um, yeah, so with Miga and basically um, Monad, like so many people want to hedge, they want to hedge their allocation, or they want to hedge their exposure to airdrop to make sure they sustain the value of it. And it's so easy to manipulate the price on uh, it's so easy to manipulate the price on the market. So yeah.
I'm not sure if it feels like you have not the best connection, or maybe it's just my internet. I don't know, Javor, if you do well, but
Yeah, I have some issues. I'm hearing you well, Philip. Regarding Michael, it's a bit tricky.
yeah. Anyways, I'm literally getting filled on additional 1x megabytes on Hyperliquid right now.
Okay, this is so gay. You are filled by other like order book player right now.
No. I'm filling others.
Okay,
I'm mostly doing
okay,
market orders.
but
Okay,
this is
so
also gay.
I think we can very briefly on that topic we can go to another one. Okay, we started with a lot of practical and not well organized things, but I like it that way. I genuinely think that getting filled by other men is quite gay. So I prefer market orders, or in general, just buying things and aping them and not waiting to get filled. Therefore, I recently started trading on this new perp dex, which is really good. It's called variational. And you can, it's essentially RFQ trading, so request for quote, and you can basically do only market orders there. I mean, you could do limits, but limits don't get you better fees or whatever. So you can just trade market orders like a chat and don't get filled by other men. I think it's the second best Perptex exchange to exist after Hyperliquid. I'm farming it hard. So since we're kicking things off with the alpha, you've got first 6 minutes of the pot. I'm saying 1x long mega on Hyperliquid at 0.45 and farm variational dex, which is second best dex to Hyperliquid right now, in my opinion.
What is like main differentiator?
Okay, so yeah, I should probably say a little bit more than just
Yeah, and
you getting
maybe
killed by other men.
Doodle, can you like show the variational front end maybe to give our viewers some scope? How does it look like?
Doodle?
Okay, he's in the shadows, so maybe you can start. Nevertheless,
Can I show the screen? I'm not sure if I want, but
no, only host can allow you,
uh,
but you can just say why like variational is, you know.
okay, just a couple of points. So I've been like trading on dexes for a long time. I tried every single dex. I lost so much money trading leverage, and thanks to that, I can tell you guys, when I get into some exchange, probably after like 1 hour of using it, I know if it's good or not. Like I know if the UI works good, I know if the design is good, I know if like I set up limits, I set up orders, I see how it works, I see even like how the charts and everything are positioned there. I just know if it's a good product or not. And variational is great. I've been testing it for a month. But what's very specific about it is the way the trading works and feels, because it's RFQ trading. So for those of you that are not familiar with this term, it's request for quote. It essentially means on normal decks, you have order book where you set up your asks and bids, right? And get filled by other participants. Here, when you want to make open up a position, you request for quote from variational. There is a thing they call OLP, which is essentially a wrapper of different dexes, sexes, market makers, providing you quotes. And they are just referring a quote to you, and you can take that quote. So I see you're not connected right now, but essentially you can see in the UI, you can buy, for example, 2 BTC. And the way it works, it's more like you can imagine DEX for OTC trading with insane liquidity that basically aggregates all other liquidity sources and market maker quotes as well. That's what variational is. Therefore, the trading is extremely cheap and efficient. It's possibly the cheapest exchange with lowest spreads, even on small orders right now, because it aggregates multiple liquidity sources. Second thing is the amount of assets available is insane because it just has all the assets that are listed on all the major sexes available. So it, for example, it aggregates Bybit as well. So all the futures that are listed on Bybit are listed on variational, and you can do that with no KYC as an actual DEX. Then next thing, which is probably the main marketing thing, is there are no fees, and you get liquidation refunds. So there is like, I think it depends on your rank, but basically there is like 3 or 4% chance of you getting bailed out on your liquidation. So just the way it works, if you get liquidated or if you close the position that is in loss, you have 4% chance of being refunded that loss. So example, how it works, I had a position that was 10K in losses, and you can close it in multiple orders. So let's say I close it in 10 orders. So I lose 1K on every close, and one order gets bailout. The variational basically ups my account by 1K. So I got 5% of every one of these closes is getting bailed out. So like you can do it anyways. You can just do one close and have a 4 or 5% chance of it getting refunded, or you can close it multiple times in smaller orders and get refunded on it potentially. But it's just like I think it's just like good marketing on for this liquidation refund, but it also shows how like you've got this meta of all the perp dexes, right? And you've got Hyperliquid, which is a very well established product and everyone uses it already, even though there are like normal fees and everything. Then you have Lighter that has zero maker fees and in general is like super cheap to use, right? So there's a lot of wash volume and in general volumes are higher than Hyperliquid, but it's not relevant because the fees are like no fees. And then you have new decks, which is returning even more to the user. So it's this insane, let's say, levels of the dexes giving more and more back to the users. I'm not sure how it will end up, but from user perspective, I think it's just very beneficial. The platform itself works very well. On 10 out of 10, it didn't go down, which was not the case for many other dexes and sexes. And there are hidden points. So you just farm points of the next big thing as well. So I just think it's a very plus EV place to trade on.
All right, I think I'm back. I have no idea what happened, but I was completely out of network, both on my mobile and on my Wi-Fi. How do you hear me now?
We can hear you.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you for this advertisement on Varational. I think, Philip, they need to pay you more. I mean,
It's all good.
I'm just joking. Yeah, but nice. I was shocked because you said like this is the second best perp dex, which is, there's a lot of them right now, even better than Lighter. I think Lighter is the second biggest one in terms of volumes and people.
All right. I think what have you covered? What have you covered? Majors or just the Perpdex meta, which is kind of hot?
Just Perpdex meta with
Okay.
Variational.
Okay, so with Perpdex meta, I think it's worth to mention Orderly, which turned out to be quite a good trade. I think 100 you took that trade and did like 2-3x with Duratail. So basically, what Order did, they are down badly today. Yeah,
They are still up after upbit listing. So
yeah, I sold at like 30 cents my chunk. So yeah, I mean, it looks like someone is still upping out of this chart through the past few hours, but I don't know. Well, what they created is basically pump fun. You can create your own decks in a few minutes, which I think, and they launched it during the meta, which basically created the pump. What else? Aster is dying. And the fees that they are creating is just a crime. That's at least my opinion. Like, on paper they make way more revenue than Hyperliquid, but somehow token is down only, which for me indicates that those buybacks aren't real at all. Uh, yeah, 240 mil volume last 30 days. Fees. Aster Perps. Uh, yeah, like come on. For me, at least for me, it's kind of sus. Obviously, I can't talk shit about competitors, but it's absolutely crime. Yeah, I think we should move to more interesting topics than Perpdex meta. It's been a while with it. I would like to talk about majors. We don't do that much, uh, but recently the Flash Crush 10th October. It's been already almost like 2 weeks, a little bit more than 2 weeks. But I think we need to cover that. It's been a long time once we were live last time. Any thoughts on that? What's your like basically takeaway from that event?
Ah, I don't know, man. Like it happened so valiantly. I was sleeping this time, so I just woke up with this view of the massive blood on the market, which was interesting. The only thing I did is to buy my spot back to the like 1 or 2 days later, after the crash during the weekend, and it was a good decision. And yeah, I think it was really weird situation on the market, but I think we can't go like into details what happened. But DeFi, for me it was pretty surprising that most of the DeFi protocols like are good right now. They don't have any like big bad debts. They work properly. So yeah, I like this thesis that DeFi will thrive in the future as well. I don't know if we'll see any like skeletons in the closet because of this event. I don't know. It seems like it can cause something like that, but I think we are in the situation that no is showing that right now probably the direction is only one higher.
Yeah, I agree with you. There is the end of QT policy. Tomorrow we have FOMC. Uh, I'm bullish. I like to be completely fair. I lost a lot of money in the last like 8 to 10 weeks, which was a relatively good market for some time. I'm quite a lot heavily in stables, but I did call the bottom of at like 104 5k. I think it was on Friday when I published my article, and since then we were up only. I do think after we close the CME gap at like 112 113k, we will go back to pumping. I'm not a fan of those gaps, but if it works, then I
We
won't.
might feel it on the stream, actually, looking at the
Yeah,
BTC.
maybe. I think some of my orders on pump got filled. I'm with Yavor. We are pump bulls here, but we'll get back to that later. So I think the flash crash was quite healthy from the market. I didn't have leverage position. I suffered from portfolio because I was very heavily exposed to Fartcoin. Yeah, my takeaway from it is like when I trade perps, I don't do it often with size, but even if I ever decide to do it, it needs to be like very small part of my folio. Like I can't trade, let's say, where I have the most of margin. if you know what I mean. Like I don't want to lose more than I think I could. Uh, yeah, for example, when I've been trading on Wax, I have a plenty of spot position, and I wouldn't like them to be taken for my collateral. So yeah, need to use isolated or make sure what is included for collateral. That's my lesson basically, my takeaway. What else? What's else on our agenda? I think we covered majors. Um, Let me check very quickly. Okay, the new Meta X402, the AI agentic payment system.
What
Yeah.
is this meta about? I haven't read about it.
Okay, so I can TLDR you. So basically, I think I don't remember who invested, but they invested a lot of money in a terminal that helps agents to be able to like process transaction. So basically, they get a quotation for like, okay, this cost $3 by API key, and the agent process the payment for a service or whatever you're buying. So basically, you can think of it like a meta of payments by AI, and X402 is the terminal that was funded by. Let me check very quickly. I have it in my notes. Just don't remember right now.
I don't get it. So like I buy something on Amazon and this agent helps me pay for it, or what
No, no,
do
like
you
I wouldn't say it's like Amazon. It's more like the agent can do transactions for you in DeFi. That's for that.
I- It's more to speak in the human words. Like this is like AI meta, but now has a only utility that makes sense for the using it on blockchain. TLDR. And it started all when the Coinbase announced it, and they had like partners like Anthropic or Google or AWS on this infrastructure. I would like understand it more like a layer for the communication between agents regarding like payments. For me, this is nothing exciting. Like this is one more time like AI agent stuff, and this is like a brute forcing to make it back. Of course, some people made money on it. It was possible to make money on it. I'm not so big believer because it's not so sexy for people to get into that. Like my honest take, and it will go down only right now. My take on that.
Yeah, I mean, I by the way, shout out here to OX Blue who sent me a whole list of tokens and why he's bullish on the idea. I didn't get it. It didn't bought me. I was like, it didn't buy me. I was like, yeah, it's okay, but I don't think it's the stage of the market where I want to go nuts with these tokens. Some of them went up, some of them went down. Like, was it possible to make money with this meta? Yes. Is it fundamentally weak meta for me? Absolutely. That's at least my opinion about it now. Um, yeah. So I might, since we are here and my place quite similar, I'm sending you Javor a link in our group chat on Telegram. So uh, so if you could open that chart, yeah. So I'm currently exposed to this. It's something like AI agent. Basically, those guys they create like the crypto neobank, and from what I heard, they are going to acquire a bank somewhere. I bought it at 10 mil market cap. Now it's at 17. But to be 100% transparent, I didn't buy much. I bought like 1K for me and 3K for a friend. So it's not a meaningful money. My conviction isn't that high, but so far it looks good. So as long as it goes up, I will just keep it. Um, and I think I mentioned it on the last stream. I think the space season is coming. So far, Giza didn't play well, didn't play out well, but Wire is doing okay for now. So yeah, do your own research. I need to double down on the research too because I haven't checked that much. I just was like, okay, the chart looks good. I like the meta. I will just throw some money. Yeah, but apparently good people are backing that. But as I said, like you need to guys do your own research. I didn't have time to really double down on it. Uh, yeah, let's move to the next point. Yeah, so pump and green thesis. Yavor, would you like to start with that since you were the guy in our chat that initial started the initial spark?
Yeah, so Pump is my currently biggest spot holding, and I don't want to get into details what happened, last 2 weeks or something, but what happened that matters is Pump, like, step by step regaining the Launchpad mindshare after being by Binance season. And I think it will stay that way. Like Solana is doing very nice moves recently, like announce, uh, another stablecoin with biggest bank like Western Union recently. Like I believe Solana is the player. Like Solana is not going anywhere. And Pump wants to position it itself as a main, like, I don't know how to call it because it's not Launchpad anymore. They recently acquired like Padre terminal, which is very bullish move because they want to get some exposure to the terminal bots ecosystem. Padre is like top 5. We'll see after the acquisition how far it can go because Pump is the very big brand. Right now they generating around 100k per day revenue from Padre, which is nice add-on to the Pump because as you know with Pump using its revenue to buy back its own token, which is like the biggest use case for the token and one of the biggest in crypto because the only thing that can be as good, let's say better, is hype token. Yeah, and let me show you the buybacks because they are steadily growing. Last time when we talked it was around 700 k per day, and right now it's around milli per day, which is pretty, even more. And I really like it. Like you can see how price changed recently, very very uh very quick. So some reverse would be good to see here, but I don't think we are like very near the top as Pump is innovating. Alon showed us that he has balls with the ICM meta right now with this acquisition. I'm pretty convinced that this play can be like the biggest play of this period, this cycle, because Pump is going where money is, and he wants to absolutely like be leader in the parts of the market that they develop in. And I'm believe in this play, but of course I won't hesitate to just drop my bags if I will be like satisfied with profits, or when I'm gonna see that there's no more like fire uh, in this position. Anything you want to add, guys, or maybe ask?
I'm bullish pump. I think it's the green thesis. it used to be hype. It kind of still is. The revenue that they make when you actually like, I mean, I'm quite honest and transparent with my opinion. I'm not particularly fan of Jewish tokens. Uh, I'd rather to avoid them. But if numbers make sense, be my guest. So yeah, I bought some. I have like 7% of my folio right now in pump. I might get filled more, but if you calculate and combine it to compare it to hyper liquid, what's the FDV, how much revenue they make, what the paybacks they do, pump should be at all-time highs basically. So I'm playing out this catch-up trade, and I think Solana ETF could get like some blow in the Solana ecosystem. Not directly, it's just more like a narrative, and pump will be the biggest beneficent of it. Yeah.
So maybe you can, say something about this Solana ETF stuff. It was something that you mentioned last time.
Yeah,
What's the status?
so the status is the whole fucking government is the whole government in US is shut down. So basically, they don't process approvals and so on and so on. So I've been waiting for Pengu approval of ETF, but well, they postponed. They didn't even postpone it. They just don't work. I've seen something about Canary Litecoin ETF today, but I didn't have time to like really dig into it. So yeah, I have no idea when they will actually, start doing stuff again. Yeah.
Guys, don't you think Sol is in a very bad position right now? Like,
Um,
as the ecosystem and as a coin as well.
I think
I'm not
Solana.
saying if it's in a good position, but like, I don't know. I feel like the main use case was shitcoining. There is not much of that happening right now. So I don't know. Maybe if everything comes back, so we'll come back as well. But it just feels like, yeah, I just feel like there is some solar weakness coming up for now.
I think this weakness was, now, like we had Binance season when people said, "Oh, no more Solana, no more like meme coins, no more like Solami chain." So I don't know, like I think it happened, and right now we're seeing like reverse type of, situation. I don't know, like from where your feelings are.
I guess mostly price action and general like what Solana does. I think and what they focus on. Like they did the ICM thing. They tried to push it. It didn't work out. But yeah, they're probably still cooking better than Eve Foundation. So
I don't know.
it
Like, to be fair,
comes back before you come back as well.
I'm quite bullish Solana. I have a bug here. So basically, I think Solana will outperform BTC from here. Uh, that's primo. A second though is if we outperform Solana. That's my take here, and I'm just kind of hoping for a rally as we had when if ETF was approved. I was late. I should have sold Solana at 250, but I thought it's going to break out from the range and we are going to like 300, and then I don't know why I didn't sell, to be honest, but I wouldn't say it's in bad position. It's still very active chain, and there's still a lot of happening. Like, was the shitcoins the main play for them? Yeah. Did they get famous for that? Absolutely, but it's not like those tokens uh, aren't being created, and obviously there is there's still like quite a few ongoing stuff in US that could be bullish for Solana, uh, especially around like Trump government, and yeah, that's it. All right. Unfortunately, I think it's time to cover a topic that will hurt us a bit, which is cards. Uh, as you guys know, we are very transparent and honest, so we speak as loud about our all losses as we do about our wins. So cards, there was a moment when it was like up 3 or 4x from your entry, guys. It was up more than 2x for me because it was around 16 cents or 15 cents was my entry, and now it's 10 cents. So what basically happened? uh Hundert, would you like to tell a bit more about your Chinese friend?
So cards was like the story was Binance published that article that mentioned Pokemon narrative, and also they mentioned the cards token, and it started pumping like crazy because naturally the speculation started that Binance is gonna list them, which would be quite reasonable, by the way, but they are not on BSC, so probably that's why Binance decided to say "fuck you" to cards. Immediately deleted the article solely because it mentioned cards, and the token dumped from like 3 or 4x basically back to 0.1. So it's in a pretty bad situation right now. I am mostly out of cards. I dumped the bottom, took some losses on it. I think the narrative is here to stay, so I might be looking to either rebuy cards. I still have a lot of Pokemon cards, and I continue to read packs on different platforms. So I'll either rebuy cards or I'll be just looking to rebuy any other product that launches in that narrative. But we've also seen how much the volumes dropped after the liquidation, and I guess it goes to show that like the Pokemon narrative is old and it's partially aside from crypto, one could think. But then when you look under the hood, it turns out it's just mostly crypto degens buying these things, and the money flows mostly from crypto. So you could also notice a dip on the Pokemon cards during that time. So yeah, I guess like lessons learned that is that there is something very connected to crypto. Don't consider it a safe haven or a different type of asset. It's just crypto. It will probably be very important for all the exchanges in bear market. So right now you're calculating, oh, this exchange makes this much money. Yeah, sure, but when the prices divide by 5, it will make 5 times less money, most likely.
To give some like hope you, like I'm sharing right now the fees and revenues, it looks like there was this period after the fast crash, flash crash, and we see like steadily growing since 22nd of October. Maybe this trend will maintain, then we'll see like maybe more volumes on the crypto token on card token, maybe just hopium for you guys. I like this meta, and yeah, I'm kind of sad that didn't work out, but yeah, like hundreds say, it's worth to follow it.
Yeah, guys, by the way, Nokia uh, surges nearly 30% after announcement of 1 billion investment from Nvidia. I think we chose the wrong markets, guys.
It's like this meme of like, you saw this meme of like different companies investing in each other, so their market caps all pump. So it's like Nvidia invests in Intel, Intel invests in this, and this invests in Nvidia, and basically they pump each other prices.
Yeah. I've seen that. Like there is something called like, jerking circle. that's 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 pretty much it, I guess. Uh, yeah. What else from my side?
On the
Uh,
equities side, if we can stay by equities, I can say something.
yeah, I just wanted to cover gold, but yeah, go ahead with equities first.
If you can show Galaxy chart, that would be nice because we were mentioning here Galaxy. I think it's a big win from us. I bought calls on Galaxy, which actually expired early October. So somehow by accident, I closed my calls almost close to perfect top. So that's very cool. Um, and I'm gonna rebuy it because right now it dropped solely because they announced they're gonna raise 1 billion, which is gonna dilute the stock. But then they will just use this 1 billion to improve their operations and the data center. And I'm still very bullish on Galaxy. I think it's a good stock with good business. I've talked to people who are in similar market making OTC trading business, and they also said from like their knowledge that Galaxy is a very well functioning company. So yeah, I guess I'll literally bought some calls in the morning. They weren't cheap to be honest, so maybe I'll buy more in the coming days if they get any cheaper. But I'm still bullish on that stock, and it hit, I believe, all-time highs like a week ago or two. So it's a good moment to take some credit for it because we showed it from like literally $20 a few
Yeah.
months ago.
So shout out to 100 here. I literally opened my TradFi account first time in like a year and a half. I bought Galaxy calls and did 30% of the portfolio there. Like to be completely honest, like I had like 3K laying around there, so I didn't care that much. Uh, Made 1K, so it's not any meaningful money, but it's always nice to make some profits. And now I aim to full ape Galaxy calls too. When Hundert texted me this morning, he's buying calls. I also checked the what's the quotation. It's quite expensive. I'm kind of hoping for a lower price, and also like when I wanted to buy, I think January expiry 26th January, and basically $46 is break even for me. So I would literally need like 30% pump to be at break even. So I was like, okay, maybe let's wait a few days and see how it plays out, because the chart isn't showing like a significant strength now. So I'm not rushing into this trade. But yeah,
Yeah, but then like if you expect the whole market to pump, including crypto, and Galaxy benefits a lot on crypto, I guess like 30% is nothing special. Like it fucking doubled in 2 months. So 3 months.
yeah, 100%. Just when there is a lot of volatility, the options are expensive.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, I don't need to tell you that you're way smarter with options than me. Uh, I think it's worth to mention gold, like how people getting into lines to buy physical gold was perfect top signal. Yeah, could you ever pull up gold chart? Yeah, could you measure how much is down from all-time highs? 10%, isn't it? Yeah, 10%. Yeah, that's a significant move for gold. Uh, since the QT policy is like done, I think it could be. We are so fucking poor. We don't have even trading fee premium. Uh, I think gold uh, can retrace a bit. Like who's the marginal buyer if there will be like money flowing into the market and into the economy.
It's so insane that we saw, all the headlines with like lines of people buying gold, and it literally retraced a few days later.
I mean, bro, that was the perfect top signal.
It's crazy
If I
how
if I
the
ever see
psychology every single time works the same.
if I ever see such a line to be tomat or whatever, or I get an info that Binance is not able to process all the QIC, I'm selling all my crypto and just confidence
Yeah.
stables. But
The issue is I had silver miner calls
yeah,
from a long time, from summer. I made a lot of money on them. It was a great play, but I had them expire in January, and I for tax reasons I don't want to close it till next year. So I was actually hoping we won't get such a retrace in gold, because naturally silver is correlated. Honestly, I don't think it's like it's gonna just go down and it's finished. I think the dollar is gonna continue to be devalued. There is not many good assets in which you can store your money. We know like there are literal countries buying gold, China, Korea, multiple other ones.
yeah,
Sure,
Poland.
they can buy crypto, but crypto is fucking small, and liquidity is a big issue. So if they want to use the money they made on, for example, exports or whatever, gold is a much better market. So I think there are just like, aside from people standing in lines and like buying the perfect top, which maybe will get shaken out, there are some structural flows, which will probably continue to go into gold in this new regime. So over the next 3 years, I'm still giga bullish on gold, anyways. So it's not like of course it retraced, but it could do the second round of pumping, in my opinion, in the short term as well. And the short term for gold, I mean like a few months.
Yeah, I don't trade gold. I told my sister to sell her ounce that she got for 18th birthday from me, but she wasn't at home, and now the price is 10% down, and I have no idea what to do with it. But it's not worth my mind share. So yeah, just since it's physical, just let it be. But I'm way more bullish silver than gold, but it's purely from the perspective of the historic ratio and how much silver
Yeah,
is used to
same.
build processes
Then so
processors
it's
for AI.
then if you're bullish
I
silver, you
would
should just buy silver miners, right? Because it's like a levered bet on silver. And now what I did was, so I was quite bullish gold. Then I was like, okay, I'm bullish gold. What will do well if gold does well? Obviously, gold miners, but what might do even higher levels is silver, because it's just a much smaller market. And I'm like, okay, so then I can just buy silver miners, which are even more volatile, so can do even better return. And then I ended up with calls on silver miners,
yeah,
which
but
is
bro,
probably
like
the most decent option you can get in
you,
the
you,
metals.
You take one of the safest bets in the entire world and you make it as digit as possible. I'm not going to advise my sister to buy call options on silver miners. She isn't comfortable with having anything like physical. But yeah, I agree with you. Like,
I was
you know,
also exploring small silver miners, but decided not to go as deep.
I don't know, like next year I really want to focus on TradFi more. I think I lack the knowledge of technical analysis. I mean, not like when you do fundamental analysis, sorry, not, some lines on the chart. It's more about, I feel like after crypto, we are so beaten up and we are so used to volatility that we are not going to panic when we see 3 or 4% red candle on S&P 500 or whatever stocks you have. And all those suckers from Wall Street, they, shit their pants in such environment. We are so used to it that it's nothing, unnormal for us. Like I saw Fartcan going negative 40% in 1 hour candle uh, 2 weeks ago. Yeah, and that actually made an impression on me. But it feels like TradFi is such an easy mode. Uh, yeah, but I don't know. You don't get airdrop for trading on IBKR or whatever you pronounce it. All right. I think we covered all the topics on agenda. If BTC ratio, yeah, I think I wouldn't be surprised. That's my take. If we pump if to like 0.006 to BTC, yeah, just delay the slash and just do BTC. Uh, yeah. Uh, okay, maybe you need to use the slash. 0.06. Could you put the weekly chart, please? No, 0.1. 0.6. You're on the 0.06. So, like, it's like 80% pump from here. Uh, you have the right chart, man. Everything is fine. Just use the ruler. Too high, 0.06, not 8. Okay, whatever. Yeah, maybe, hopefully. I don't know. I like how if was being handled during the top, how it's being on the major support of 4,000, and yeah, HFT looks great. That's my opinion. I'm again if Bula here. So that's my very last take about the market. Anything else you guys would like to talk about before we wrap it up? We've been live for an hour already.
I don't know. I think that's it. We're back. I'm back to the screens. I've been away for quite some time. I believe it's probably time to pay attention again to the market. It was a rough weeks for everyone on the market, I believe. There were tons of like small opportunities, like we catched Aster and later Plasma and a couple of other things. And then you get 10 out of 10 event, 10th October event, which just zeros all your profits in a good scenario and potentially zeroed a lot of other like traders and stuff. I had a lot of luck. But it seems like the market is doing well, and especially this week is very relevant because you've got US-China deal going on, potential rate cut, which could set us up for like crazy times, like really crazy times. I'm still a bit skeptical, like if it's gonna happen that week, but I remain naturally a big bull till end of the year. But I really think you should tap in right now. If there is time to tap in, it's probably right now or within like next week. And if this week kicks off the proper like rise, all-time highs, and bull seasons, I think you'll lock the fuck in because the out season and like crazy market is gonna start after that. Like if we cross the all-time highs right now with the rate cuts, with the China deal and other stuff, I think we're gonna enter the proper crazy seasons, and it's probably not gonna last that long. It's probably gonna be like 1 or 2 months of craziness. You make shit ton of money and get the hell out of this market. That's my take.
Yeah. I lost the connection again. I have no idea what's going on today. But thank you guys for today. I think both of you been kind of winning recently. Plasma, shout out. I know the numbers. You made shitload of money. Um, yeah, keep the good stuff coming, and we will try to work on the consistency much more.
Thank you, gents. Have a good one. Thank
Have
you.
a good
Till
one.
the next time.
Till the next time. Bye bye.
See you guys.